Hodge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Flip or Flop. Sorry it took so long, just been busy. I've been doing the NES Road to 600, as some of you have seen. And Josh Creeply kind of mentioned, hey, when are we going to see another Flip or Flop? I said one was coming, so here it is. So it's been a while since I've done one of these. There's a lot of stuff that I've gotten and sold. So I kind of want to go over everything in detail. Well, not detail, but I'm going to go over everything. Okay, first of all, my very, very first lot I got, which was kind of episode 1. That lot is basically done, you would say. There's about 4 things I haven't sold on that lot. So that lot, I ended up invested $20 in, and I made a profit of $106 on that lot. So bonus, definitely a flip, successful flip. There was another lot. This one, I didn't do quite as good in my second video. It was a bunch of Wii U stuff and Wii stuff. I invested $20 into it. I only made $18 on that investment, but two of the games I actually traded for credit for some of my NES stuff. So technically that is money, but I didn't include it in here. I just put it at a $0 value because I traded it in. I don't know if that's the best way to handle it, but that's how I am handling it. So that's my second lot, and everything is gone from that lot. Now, also in my second episode, there was a bunch of Wii stuff. I've only made $2.48 on that, and I have 5 more things to sell, but nothing worth a lot. One's actually a scratch disc game of Wii Sports Resort that I need to try to get fixed. And one I traded towards NES stuff. So that one kind of broke even, so maybe you can consider that one a flop. Technically, I will sell the rest of the stuff eventually or get credit for it. And I am in the positive, but probably not worth the effort. But it was a $45 investment. I'm at $2.48 plus right now. So, yeah. Another one, episode 3. It was a variety of games. Nothing amazing, but there was Xbox 360 game Plants vs. Zombies, which I have sold. Spider-Man 2 on the PS2. Enslaved and Assassin's Creed 4 on the PS3. That was an investment of $15. Estimated value was about $56. I've only made negative $6.34. So I've only sold 1 out of the 4 things so far. Once they sell, it'll be a flip. Right now, I feel it's a flop, and those games, I might sit on them for a while. They're not stuff that people are really, well, I've been sitting on them for definitely a while now, but so, you know what, we're going to call that one a flop. Also included that, another reason why we can call it a flop, is there are 3 PS3 games I purchased, $5 a piece, so $15 investment, haven't sold any of them. The value's about $30, so, I mean, they'll sell, and I should make more than what I invested in them, but until they do, it's a flop, I guess. Okay, where are we here? So episode 4, definitely that was a flip, super flip. That was the CIB NES action set, Super Mario Brothers 3, Legend of Zelda Complete, which I kept in my collection and then sold my loose one with a map. Wizard and Warrior 2, Zelda 2. So that one, everything is gone from that lot. That was an investment of $40, and I made a profit of $312. Plus, I got to keep a CIB copy of The Legend of Zelda. Huge flip on that one as well. Looking at, included in that episode, there was some 2DS, 3DS loose games, and Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Pearl loose. I sold those ones. I invested $120 in that, and I made $116.73 in that one. That was also, a 2DS XL Purple that I sold. Huge success. That was episode number 4. So if you go back and watch episode 4, you will see all the stuff I got and a big successful flip on that one. Episode number 5 is a very, very large lot of stuff. Huge lot of stuff. I'm not even going to go through it. But just scrolling through it, there's PS3, PS2, Wii, PS2, whole PS1, tons of stuff. That was an investment of $283.75 over everything that I bought there. Plus minus of 40, so $50 in the positive right now. Still got tons of stuff to sell. That's a potential value of about $1,200. So that one's taking some time to sell. I used a few of those actually to trade in for some NES stuff. So technically the value would be higher, but as I said before, I'm not including that. And episode 6, this one I've actually sold quite a bit of it. That was an initial investment of $159. I'm only in $10 in the positive right now, but I did trade a bunch of, well, not a bunch, just one item. So I got a Pokemon Heart Gold loose. It was the case and manual I found for nothing. I bought a loose copy of Heart Gold, put it together. So I paid $120 for that. I had it for sale for a long time. Did not get any hits on it, so I ended up trading it in for a bunch of NES stuff. So that's kind of why this lot is at only a plus 10 because of that $120. If you remove that, I'd be plus over $100 with everything else I sold out of this. But I still have a bunch of other stuff I can sell, and I think eventually that will be considered a flip. Okay, I'm not going to go through everything. I have a bunch of stuff under the laptop here that I'll kind of hold up and show you in a minute, but I've gotten a whole bunch of stuff listed on this sheet. I'll kind of give you the numbers. So the numbers are estimated value of just over $660. I've sold 112 so far, and I invested $209. So I'm at negative $96.53 right now, but I have a lot more to sell yet. Plus I kept a few things. So I won't go through everything, but I will go through what I have in my pile here. Some of the stuff is away on the shelf because it's not anything amazing. And I have sold a few of the things, as I said. One of them being a VHS lot of a bunch of old Pokemon. I paid $2 for a lot of VHS tapes, and I took the Pokemon and I flipped those, and I made about a $15 profit on those, selling them on eBay. And I got a GameCube at a yard sale. I paid $5. I think I ended up tossing the guy like $8, but he only wanted $5. And no games or anything with it, just the system hookups, controllers. I tossed a couple of games I had with it, and I sold that, made a $92 profit off of that, which is kind of nice. And yeah, so let's go through everything else. Okay, so where should we start here? I was up north, yard sailing, a couple of games that are actually staying in my collection. I've got Goosebumps, Horrorland, and that was from north. These two were local. These weren't actually included in my list. I got a box of Wii games. I think I paid $20 for the box. I didn't end up including it because we had a yard sale that weekend and I wanted to get everything in there, so I just kind of tossed it in. But these are going into my collection for the Wii, and we have Heavy Fire Afghanistan and Marines Modern Urban Combat. So those are kind of some cool Wii games I love collecting for the Wii. Some local yard sales for $2 a piece. I got a copy of Little Big Planet 3 on the PS4 and Lego Worlds on the PS4. This one literally just sold today, so I got to ship that out, and I think I made about $10 to $15 on this guy. All right, another stack. I was at my local hawk shop. I hadn't been there in a very, very long time, so taking a look around, picked up a stack of games. One going right into my collection. I'm a sucker for Kinect games, so this is Kinect Motion Explosion. I don't have it, and I believe it was $2 at the thrift store. And then these ones are all purely flip. Like I said, they're in that list that I'll go over at the end. But we have the Core Gang on the Wii, underrated title, hidden gem per se. Hitman 2 on the PS2. Prince of Persia Rival Swords. Battalion Wars 2, and Mary Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 License to Drive. This was $2, and it's worth like 10 to 15 or so, so that's why I grabbed it. Yes, that's why I grabbed it. Okay, and this next pile. Okay, so I went yard sailing this past weekend. It's one of the first times I've been out in a while. Had a blast. I was at one yard sale, and people were just kind of setting up. They were a little late to the game, and there was a couple there with their kids. And the person said, "Hey, if you're looking for anything, let us know." And they said they're looking for video games. And they said, "Oh, we'll go talk to that guy over there." And I said, "I'm looking for video games too." And he said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm bringing out a box of stuff." So they were waiting for the box of stuff. I started digging around in another box. And in that other box, I grabbed this. See, Chris Roberts will be proud of me. Adventures of Indiana Jones VHS, so that's strictly to flip. As well, I was kind of blown away when I pulled these out. So these were in just a random bin. The first one I'd never heard of before, but it's an NIS game, and it's Soul Nomad. So I knew this would have some value on it. No price tags on this. And then another one, Loose, but with a manual, and that's Coden 5 on the PS2. I didn't realize how much money this game was. I knew it was worth something, but it's complete, almost like a $300 game, I think. So I pulled those two out, plus the VHS, and then the box of stuff comes over, and we start digging through it, me and the other family. And there was another person there that I know is a reseller. He saw what I got. He's like, "Oh, you got a good deal there, no matter what you end up paying." But the people that were there, I said, "Oh, what are you looking for? Anything in particular?" Because I was going to help them while I was looking. And they said pretty much everything. It was mostly their son. And I said, "Okay, well, there's PS2 stuff here and such not." And I can't remember how it came up in conversation, but they said, "Oh, don't worry, we know who you are." I'm like, "You do? Yeah, you're Nintendo Hodge." I'm like, "Oh." They go, "Yeah." I'm like, "How do you know that?" They go, "Oh, we've watched your videos." And that's literally the first time I've ever been recognized by somebody random, like that I don't know, or that's a friend or a friend of a friend. So it was kind of cool that I actually was recognized by somebody. But they're like, "Yeah, we've watched your videos for a very long time." And I said, "Well, thank you very much." And we all dug around in the games, and unfortunately everything else in that box was priced a little bit higher, and it was mostly like Xbox 360, PS3 stuff. They even had some sealed stuff that you would see at like the dollar store when they had the Destinies and stuff like that. So there was a Nintendo Switch Lite, I believe, in there, but he wanted way too much money for it. They were looking at buying that. I think he wanted like $250 for it or something. But anyways, so I walked over and I just went like this. I said, "How much for these?" I said, "They were in that other box. There's no prices on them." And he looked at it and he goes, $30? And I said, "How about 20?" And he said, "Okay." So I got these three for $20. I currently actually have this guy listed on eBay for about $200. I think that's probably a little overpriced, but there's not a lot out there right now, so maybe I'll get it. Regardless, these two here are gonna make my money back from everything I spent yard selling that weekend. And then I went to another yard sale. It was the very last yard sale I went to. And it was funny, the sale before it was super busy, tons of people. And this one, I had my GPS and there was no sign right at the end of the road to say yard sale down there. And I drove down, nobody else was there. I was the only person. So I think their signage wasn't good enough. Maybe people just kind of drive around instead of using the list. I prefer to use the list. And I walked up and there was Wii, Xbox, and Xbox 360 in 3 separate bins. And I just kind of looking through them and I said, "How much are your games?" And they said $2 a piece. So I said, "Okay," and started digging through them. And sure enough, I found $20 worth of games. So we have Dark Angel on the Xbox, Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. We got kind of mixed up here. We're going to switch to this pile. Midway Arcade Treasures 2, Xbox. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Xbox. And then on the Wii, we had a copy of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. I've never heard of this one, but it looks like it's like a puzzle-style game. That one's going to go into the collection. Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, some good stuff here. Resident Evil 4, the Wii edition, and then some GameCube stuff. Splinter Cell, Stealth Action Redefined. Starsky and Hutch, and then the one that I knew was going to be worth something. I just didn't know how much. It's already sold, so I'll just toss the picture up here, but I put it up on eBay and it sold within the day. And that is, of course, Serious Sam. Yeah, I didn't know what it was worth. I ended up selling it for $90 shipped, I believe. So I'm covering the shipping on it. I paid $20 for all these games, and that one already sold for $90, so I'm very excited there. And as well, they had this sitting there, Mario Party 5 manual, very good shape. So I just kind of threw that in the stack and said, I got 20 games or 10 games, $20. I said, yep, no problem. So nothing else really amazing that stood out. I didn't feel like saying, oh, how much for everything. I just picked and choose, leave some stuff for anybody else that was looking for games. And then one other pickup, I totally forgot, but there was a yard sale. This isn't video game related, but I saw these really cool baseball helmets. I'll put the picture up here for you to see. And they're these mini baseball team helmets. I think they were to hold ice cream. So I guess when you went to a game, they would give you the mini helmet, fill it full of ice cream or something. I'm not 100% sure. And there was 26 of them, I believe. And I think it's like 4 or 5 shy from a complete set. So I picked them up for $5. I got them listed on eBay right now, I think for 40. 40 is probably a little high, but we'll see what happens, and I can bring my price down. And then while at that same sale, I thought this might be worth more. I paid $1 for Madden 13 on the PS3. I thought this was one of those ones where it's like the last run of Madden, it's worth money, but it's only worth about $10. So still for $1, and it's worth 10. That's probably a good investment. Yeah. And a couple of movies. These were picked up. One this past weekend yard sailing, and one when I was up north yard sailing. But a copy of Backdraft and a copy of the Urban Legend trilogy. These are probably the better 3 out of all of them. Not that they're the best, but still, I love my cheesy horror. Okay, so the grand totals. Here we go. Total investments of everything, I'm at about $982.75. Total sold of $1,484.93. That puts me in a plus of $502.18. And I still have a total potential minus my investment of $2,747. So definitely on the positive. I wish that number was a little bit higher. Sales have been okay. They've definitely quieted off. Actually, recently they picked back up again, so maybe that's a sign of things to come. I don't know. But yeah, I'm very happy with where it is, where I'm at. Yeah, I'll keep doing these videos as they come. I am gonna stop talking about a couple of those first few episodes. Like I said, they're done. They were success or not successful. And I'm not really going to end the season. I think I'm going to keep it going until the end of the year. But yeah. All right. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see everybody in the next episode.